What's going on, guys? My name is Zoe Davis and I'm the creator behind Maryville's Hidden Gems. If you checked out my last episode, you'd know that right now we're inside the Annex building, which is not where we will be shooting today's video. We will actually be shooting in the CSE, which is the Center for Student Engagement. Now, the Center for Student Engagement is located inside the DUC, which is the Donnis University Center, and is home to more than 100 organizations. Today we're going to be talking with Peter Michel about what the CSE is exactly, what it's used for, what his role in the CSE is, and how to get involved. Don't worry if you don't see your favorite faculty or staff member in this video. Later this semester we'll be talking to some other faculty and staff members to get their take on what the CSE is. So right now, let's go talk to Peter. Alright, so first I would just like to start off by saying thank you for taking time to meet with me to do this little quick interview.
You're welcome, Zoe.
So I only have a few questions for you, if that's alright.
Yeah, it's great.
Alright, so my first question is, what exactly is the CSE?
Yeah, it's a great question. The CSE is the Center for Student Engagement. So we like to think that this is the hub for everything that happens for students when it comes to student life on our campus. So we have 125 student organizations active, based out of our department here within student involvement and student life. There's also the Office of Diversity and Inclusion is out of this office. So we have our professional staff within student involvement, our professional staff within diversity and inclusion. We have our dean suite and our deans. Our vice president is Dr. Nina Caldwell for the Office of Student Life. We also have work opportunities for our students here that work in the space. Students come over and hang out and interact. It's also an interactive space in regards to graphic design. We have 5 work study students that are designing a lot of the digital content for the 125 plus student organization. So we like to think that we're the kind of student hub and center for all that happens in regards to student life and student affairs here on our campus. There's also great opportunities for leadership, whether it's through our Disney Leadership Exchange, our Washington, D.C. leadership trip. Tran Mullins is taking a group of students for an alternative spring break trip with diversity and inclusion down to New Orleans, which is an exciting trip. Also, Dr. Kathy Quinn, our Dean of Students, runs a fantastic trip for Habitat for Humanity, and then also our office is over MRO, which is Maryville Reaches Out, that happens in the fall, where it's a day of service for all of our campus community here at Maryville. So
I know you kind of answered it a little bit already, but what would you say is the main thing the CSE is used for?
I think the CSE is used for student interaction, right? Student planning, student innovation, and for student life, right? It's where students come to study. It's where students come to interact. It's where you come to be a part of a student organization here on our campus that does great work within spirit, pride, community building, and traditions on our campus. We have 9 pillar organizations that are awesome. So it's the Association of Black Collegiates, Go Saints, Connect, CAB, LSA, which is the Latin Student Alliance, which is great, Latinx. We also have MUGSA, Maryville University Gender and Sexuality Alliance, Empower. We also have I'm trying to see if I'm missing any, I hope I'm not. But also it's a place where a lot of our, we have general interest organizations, spiritual, academic, cultural, social awareness projects, different clubs, and also academic groups come over here. So whether you're the OT Club, the PT Club, NISHLA, there's a host, cybersecurity, there's a host of organizations that interact and operate out of our space. As well as it's a fun place to hang out, but it's also a place of learning. So you can come into the CSE, you can study, you can jump on one of the Apple TVs and interact. It's also a place for students to meet, so a lot of our student organizations are meeting in the space. Also, a lot of our staff and faculty are meeting in the space to do that as well.
What is your main role in the CSE?
Yeah, so as of October 1st, I'm the Director of Student Involvement. Excited for that opportunity and developing my leadership and professionalism, professional career on this campus. My main role is student life, right, to provide opportunities of engagement for all students that want to get involved. So if you're a student that's out there and hasn't gotten involved on our campus yet, we want you to get involved. We want you to get engaged. We have a vibrant and thriving campus community here as it relates to student life and student affairs. And we also partner with Residential Life. RHA, the Resident Hall Association, is a great organization for on-campus students to get involved in. So one of the things that I do is spearhead that initiative. So we provide opportunities for students to get involved and get engaged on our campus. We're also fostering ways for students to get involved in leadership. So there's the Keith Levin Institute on Leadership and Values. It traces its history back to former President Keith Levin, who was a stalwart on our campus for our growth and development, as well as our current leader, Dr. Mark Lombardi. So Keith Levin is an opt-in for our student leaders, where we do dinner and developments. Our graduate assistant, Shana Salloway, has been partnering with some of the life coaches. Dr. Dustin York did a great session on that. Also some different faculty and staff to get in front of students and provide an opportunity for them to grow in their leadership style and their leadership development outside of the traditional module of being an executive board member or general board member, or any student can get involved. The great thing we do too is don't have an organization that on our campus that's of an interest to you. You have an interest to start something, boom, we can start it. So whether it's athletic-based, academic-based, faith-based, spiritual-based, right? There's a host of clubs and organizations that have been started by students, and that's what we want them to do. All you need is 4 students and a faculty or staff advisor. There's information on maryville.edu/CSE for the Center for Student Engagement to do that. We also provide opportunities for marketing and digital content as it relates to student organizations and students. So if you're having a student meeting per se, let's say it's the whether it's MISA or a brand new organization that ran a great event last Friday, Asian Square for Chinese New Year, they can submit a graphic artist request for one of our 5 graphic design students that work here in our space that are designing that digital content. What we'll do too is review it. So if your student organization designs something, we want to make sure that our eyes are on it so that it matches the university core values and branding guidelines that we have, and then they'll push that out onto the digital signage and digital content. We can also make door tags, things of that nature, posters. A majority of what you see as it relates to student content is being designed by 5 fantastic graphic design students. It's also a place too where you can come get a cup of coffee. You can hang out, get some popcorn. And then our leadership. So we have the deans in the office. It's Dr. Nina Caldwell is our vice president. Dr. Kathy Quinn is our dean of students. Carla Dozier is our assistant dean and Title IX coordinator. Taran Mullins is our director of diversity and inclusion and assistant dean. And then newly hired as of October 1st is Ebony Ramsey. She is our assistant dean of student involvement and has done a great job. We're excited to have her leadership on our campus as well. In addition to the great professional staff that we have. In addition to myself, we've got Ashley Storman right next door, who's the program coordinator in the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. She also works extensively with our Multicultural Scholars and Deans program here on campus. Naomi Ishihara is in student involvement. She's a program coordinator. She's planning a fantastic concert. Keep your eye out on our social media. We're about to launch Who Is the Spring concert. It's Saturday, April 13th. Hope you all come. But Naomi's doing fantastic work, and she advises our Campus Activities Board, or CAB. And then Tiffany Reed is a program coordinator in diversity and inclusion, fantastic colleague and friend. She's doing great work. She helps with some of our lead organizations, some of our cultural organizations within diversity and inclusion initiatives, and doing great work in that space. Tiffany and Ashley work with Taran Mullins, and then myself, Ebony, and Naomi work together for student involvement, and we all collaborate and work together. So under student life, there's a host of different departments that all impact and play a major role in student life and student affairs on this campus as it relates to residential life, living on campus, commuter students, connecting with those students, connecting with student organizations to provide a vibrant campus community, campus safety with public safety, Fresh Ideas, the M Store. So there's a host of different departments that all interact and collaborate under one brand that is student life here on Maryville's campus.
All right, and so speaking of getting involved and trying to get involved on campus and do everything, do you have any tips or suggestions to people who might be a little timid to come into the CSE and hang out?
Yeah, any student can set up a meeting with us if they want to learn. They can, I think one of the great things that I've impacted, we work for you, right? We're here for you, and we embody that. Being a student-centered university is at the heart of what we do. Without you, we don't have anything, right? So we exist for the students on this campus, and I believe we do it better than anybody in the country. And you know that from a student that I interact with, right? You've gotten, if I remember from your career, I'll kind of put the onus on you a little bit. When I met you early in mid-August, right? And then you'd reached out to me and said, hey, I know a former mascot here, and a friend of mine from my hometown, right? Cassie, who did great work on this campus for 4 years and is a graduate and alumni now. So you knew Cassie, you knew her family, you reached out to me, and you by your connection, were able to get involved and kind of find out what was best for you, Zoe, right? So whether it was Paw Print or some other organizations that you're involved in on this campus. So I would say come talk to one of our professional staff. As you know, in this space, there's great students. Our students are our biggest asset. So coming here and meeting a student, whether it's Emily Tafoya, who's an RA, who's also a student worker in our space and does great work and is the president of Latinx, coming to meet Emily, and maybe she'll tell you about her experience and being from Texas and how she got involved as somebody who's not from the St. Louis metro area. So there's a host of students, and I think we have a wide range of diverse population of students that interact and hang out in this space. So coming in here and just meeting and asking questions and talking to people is a way to get involved, in addition to talking to our staff, is a great way to take that very first step. I also know there's a host of faculty and staff that are also included in that. So I would encourage you, if you're in a major and you've decided, if you're still deciding, I would make sure that you're talking to your life coaches and talking to your faculty and staff that you interact with on, hey, what do you think is here? Our Office of Student Success can do a great Strength Finders assessment on you to see where maybe your academic track and professional career is gonna spearhead you. But you know, we partner exceptionally well with the faculty side of the house, whether it's NISHLA or PT/OT Club, cybersecurity. The Drama Club is doing great work on our campus. With a great faculty member here, Dr. Sanchi Rocha-Papai. So there's, you know, opportunities to get involved all over our campus. Come to the Center for Student Engagement. We get you involved and get you engaged.
All right, so I just want to thank you again for taking the time to do this.
Thanks, Zoe.
Hopefully more people will come by. You've been super helpful, so hopefully people will pop in and say hello.
Yeah, and they can follow us on @GetInvolvedMU for all the things going on our campus. They can also go to the Center for Student Engagement on the portal to look up how they can get involved, look at the student organizations. And then if you're not, go on to OrgSync and you can search the 125 organizations. And you don't have to be a member. You can just click a button that says, hey, I want to learn more about that group. And whether it's Go Saints or CAB or Connect or MSG or LSA or MUGZO or any of the great organizations, you can get involved. And you can find out, and you can do that through OrgSync, or you can find that out here in the Center for Student Engagement.
Sweet.
Thanks, Zoe. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. Alright, and there you have it. That's basically all you need to know about the CSE. If you want more information about anything that goes on in there, or a club, or anything really, you can feel free to head over there, stop by the front desk, ask somebody, and they'll be more than happy to help you. Make sure you follow Paw Print on all of our social media pages. There'll be links down below. And once again, my name is Zoe Davis, and this has been Maryville's Hidden Gems.